Wake up with us, it's time to rise and shine. Morning mayhem's on the air, we're feeling fine. We got a Michael, Tomlin, and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to January 30th. It is a Thursday, and it looks like Groundhog Day is coming up pretty soon, which is going to be a good
Saturday.
one. It's Saturday. Oh, that'll be fun. I like to see. I'd
It's
like
first or the
Groundhog's
second?
Day. That would be the first, right?
That's
Because
Saturday.
tomorrow's the 31st. There's 31 days in January, right?
Where's Groundhog Day
I
the
have to figure it out using that knuckle thing, where you put your knuckles together like
No,
this,
I never learned that.
and then
Never
you
learned that?
No.
and whenever there's a knuckle,
Yes.
it's a 31, and when you go into the valley, it's lessened. So January, February's down below.
Yeah.
Then you come up from
March,
March, April, May, June, July.
July.
Go to your next knuckle. August, because those are 31 31s.
September.
October, November, December is
December.
on a knuckle. That's 31. It reminds you every time that there's a 31. You could also just go on the internet, look on your
But
phone.
go to that groundhog slide.
The groundhog slide. The groundhog slide. I don't know what slide number it was.
Well, just yeah.
I think it was toward the end. Let's see.
Oh.
Why is it popping like that? Boo, boo, boo. This makes for good radio when you're just standing
There it
here.
is.
Oh,
So it's February 2nd is Sunday.
Oh, it's February 2nd. It is
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
Okay. I do enjoy Groundhog Day. Puck's 20 Phil. And then what's ours? Clarence? Connecticut Clarence? What's the Connecticut? From the news, do you think you can find out what our groundhog's
All
name
right.
is?
All right.
Charles?
Chuckles.
Chuckles?
Chuckles.
Chuckles, the groundhog. So I always look for those, and maybe I'll actually watch the movie Groundhog Day, which I enjoy. Those are fun. And it's Groundhog Day, right? Is there a Groundhog's Day?
Hog.
Hog?
Hog.
Just Groundhog Day, or is it Groundhog's
There's
Day?
only one. There's only one.
Yeah.
It's both on this slide.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
It's Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day, so it's just the singular.
Right.
All right. Well, on today, in January 30th, in history, 1948, Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of India's nonviolent independence movement, was assassinated by Nathuram Godse. His death was a profound loss, and again, it was. If you go and read it, it's almost because he was being too benevolent to others. And that was one of the reasons he was killed. Today's famous birthday is Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was the 32nd president of the United States. He served for 4 terms and led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. And we named a tunnel after him. We're good like that. I think we named other things too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know off the top of my head. Today's birthday is in the building. Jack Dawson and Dawson Jack and Michael Rodriguez. I read that backwards.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Dawson Jack and Michael. He might be a superhero because superheroes always have 2 first names, like Peter Parker, Bruce Wayne. That's how you know they have a secret identity. Keep that in mind. And today's International Day today is the School Day of Nonviolence and Peace, and it's observed on the anniversary of Gandhi's assassination to promote peace, tolerance, and understanding worldwide. And that's why those two are tied together. Today in our building, we have our the Pucks Tony Phil slide keeps coming up. It is a B day, and course selection should be done.
Should be done.
Pom Pom Poll of the Week is still winter, summer. Got to get your caps and gowns. $25. That's coming up. Happy Valentine's Day carnation sale is going to be underway. Make sure you're planning for that. Woodland Basketball is still collecting cans and bottles. If you have overdue books, the Media Center will be looking for you. Make sure you get those in and charge Chromebooks every day. Listen to us every morning. Time now for the news with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Good morning. Couple top stories to start your day. First off, voting is open, or it's still open for people to choose which of the 10 finalists for the Illinois state flag redesign. Figured to start the day with some exological news.
Okay.
So Illinois joins a growing list of states who have considered changing their state flags.
That's a big list, yeah.
It is a rather large list. Maine recently actually voted to keep their current flag, There was a question about going back to their original flag, but they chose to stick with the blue one. So Illinois now has 10 finalist designs, including the current flag. Voting is open, and I'll be following the story and letting you know when we get to having a final decision on whether or not Illinois joins the ranks of those who have changed their flag or continues to hold on to their venerated flag.
I would still like to see kids design flags. I know I was going for voting stickers last time, but now I'm on the flags. Let's see what the kids do.
Oftentimes, when these things happen, whether it's New Zealand or Illinois or Minnesota, you do have people of all ages submitting flag designs.
Oh, so yeah, there you go.
All right. So next up, Hamas frees 8 more hostages as Gaza truce holds. Israel is set to release 110 prisoners. This comes as not only the truce is holding, but humanitarian. Wow, can't speak this morning. Humanitarianism.
It is Thursday.
Yeah, humanitarian help is arriving. People are arriving. People are going back into Gaza, and hopefully this will continue to hold, bringing to an end hopefully 18 months of conflict. Last but not least, we do have to discuss what happened in Washington D.C. Early this morning, late last night, when a Sikorsky H-60 helicopter near Reagan Washington National Airport regrettably collided with a PSA airline Bombardier CRJ-700. 64 people together were on the airplane and the helicopter. Search and rescue still is underway and trying to determine what caused this. So, hearts go out to them. And that's your news.
Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer.
Strike three, call. What a catch. Touchdown. Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Change of pace here. Last night,
Yes,
girls basketball.
indeed.
They shellacked Plaque 10.
Oh, I didn't even know they were into the carpentry business. Okay.
There you go. 41-16.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. Guess
That's a
That's a
shellacking.
shellacking right there.
They took care of business.
Shellacking.
Yes. No events today,
Okay.
but
Taking the day off.
Friday we're loaded up. We have boys swimming against Naughty. We have
Is that home?
At Naughty.
At
That's
Naughty,
away.
okay.
Boys and girls track. That's at St. Paul. We have girls basketball at Derby and boys basketball home versus Ansonia senior night.
Wow.
6:30.
There's a lot going on.
There is. UConn took care of business last night,
Yeah, they did.
men and women.
Yeah. They look better than they have in the past
Well,
week.
we needed that.
Yeah, we needed just a little pick me up. Let's giddy up and get ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah. And again, like for things, end of January, one more month, March Madness. It's
There you go.
happening that fast.
That's craziness.
It comes that fast.
It is.
And that's the sports with Mama Manning. Our guest this morning is from the newly invented film club, Michael Illian. And I believe we might be joined by Paul Geary.
He's on his way.
He usually swings by around this time as
Yeah.
well. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming on and give us a little insight to what we're planning to do with the film club, which I think we've had intermittently here. And I guess you have new plans, new designs for what's going to be happening.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, pretty much. We want to talk about films, analyze films. I mean, the ultimate goal is to make a film. But really, if you have any interest in films, like watching films, discussing films, learning about film history, learning about the technical aspects of making films, you really should join. I mean, specifically looking for people from students from theater and photography. I know Mr. Geary is looking for students from creative writing, and classes like that. Just about anybody. Filmmaking is a very interdisciplinary process.
Yeah, we're like Mr. Illian said, we're looking for students who, we're looking for any students, but we are definitely targeting kids that are in visual lit and creative writing and art classes because we're sort of presuming that their interests would overlap with what we're trying to put together here.
And what's some of your background that you bring to the club that thought you guys should put this club together? What was some of the impetus for it?
Well, I have a background in filmmaking, and I really would like to be able to share my knowledge a lot more. I've won a couple awards for 48-hour film projects. I've worked with Mr. Geary on one or two of the 48-hour film projects. Currently working on, just finished a short film, working on another short film. Will be, so I have a pretty good background. I've done various things around sets, sound, cinematography, gaffing, electrical, help with set design. So I have a pretty varied background, and that was one of the things I wanted to do, is be able to share some of that knowledge I've obtained over the years.
And I believe you started the visual lit class
Yeah.
here at Woodland and got that whole movement started.
Yeah, we have the visual lit class. I used to teach it. Maybe I'll teach it again someday. But just personally, I mean, I would say I'm just a fan. I mean, I've always my group of friends and I, one thing that sort of all connects all of us is love of film, love of cinema, love of what we consider good movies. So I mean, I'm definitely always thinking about movies, talking about them, and I always love it when we can find students who have sort of an interesting eye for film or movies or background. I always like when you find out a kid likes an old movie that you like, or something that's more than just sort of whatever is the kind of flavor of the day or most popular thing going. So that's who we're kind of looking for, and we know there's kids out there. We know we have a lot of kids that have interest in film. I used to host, it's on a bit of a hiatus at the moment, but the Million Movie Podcast.
Yeah, it's one of our more successful podcasts we had here at the school.
Yes, and we do need to resurrect it, but and that was with a group of kids that had a real good taste in film. So, that's who we're looking for. So hopefully, if kids are listening to this and are like popular movies, like old movies, like not popular movies, form any kind of movies, we're looking for kids. And I do want to emphasize too, we're not looking for a huge time commitment crunch here. We get that our kids are busy, so it is not going to be a gigantic time crunch or time suck or time commitment. So if kids are out there thinking about this, we're like, well, I have this to do or that or sport or whatever, that's fine. Come join us. We're not looking to take up 4 of your afternoons or something like that. So
Do you plan on meeting in the auditorium, and about when will this start?
TBD. So it'll start when we have kids. Yeah. So it's we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get for kids, and then we'll sort of let that inform us where we meet, when we meet. So again,
Is there a sign up?
we have a Schoology group. Yep. So you hopefully have seen the posters around the building. We've put them online. I'll put them online again. So the posters have the Schoology code, I believe. So kids can just go to Schoology, look for Film Club Schoology group, and that's how we're sort of soliciting, recruiting kids for this.
Any chance you're going to get into some of the local film contests that come up, the short films and whatnot?
We can look into that. There are a bunch of contests. I am currently involved with the Lighthouse Lens Film Festival in New Haven, which is now the successor of the NH Docs, or the New Haven Documentary Film Festival. That has gone, and a bunch of us who were judges and the directors of the film festival have moved over to the Lighthouse Lens Festival, and we've been getting that off the ground. It's so I have some involvement in some of the local film areas. Plus, I know several filmmakers who I might be able to bring in, and probably they will be very happy to share their experiences. And we should be able to do that. But yeah, I think that we can. I mean, we certainly can look into some of them, and go from there.
Yeah, we used to host, or we not host, but we used to take part in the 48-hour or 72-hour film
84, I believe.
whatever it was.
84.
Yeah.
Just
And
make up a number and say
yeah,
festival. Yeah,
whatever. Whenever you get it done, you know
Festival.
me. Whenever it gets done, it gets done. But we used to have that here, and I would love to get involved with that again with a group of kids who are looking to make a movie. So definitely, again, it's all incumbent on getting kids. We're not looking for 150 kids here. We're looking for just a small group of dedicated students. That's all you need. That's all we need. And then we could get involved in these other sort of fun, cool activities that take place around the state.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming in. And if you're looking to watch film, be filmed for film, any part of it, looks like you might have found the club for you. So if you need to reach out to Mr. Illian or Mr. Geary for more information, feel free to do that. And don't forget, on behalf of the show, she's Mama Manning, he's Tomlin, I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify, we're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew, knocking down the door.